Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Minecraft 1.18 All Advancements world. Now, today we're not going to be doing as many advancements. I'd like to get one or two if possible, but the reality of the situation is there's a lot of prep that we need to do for a lot of the advancements that are coming up. One thing that we did manage to take care of in between episodes is on our way back to our base here after conquering the end, we were able to find an additional cat. And this cat in particular was one of the breeds that we were still missing, and I need 4 more before I can have that advancement completed and have the complete catalog. This one we already had. Actually, no, I think it was the other way around. The tabby was the one that we got and didn't have from before, and then that was a duplicate that we already had. There's still a couple of them out there, but I've got to reference what I have before them. But what we are going to do right now is we're going to see what enchantments we can get out of, or what enchantments we can get on, more specifically, our pieces of armor. And I'm really looking for protection, more specifically protection specifically on these helmets or on these different pieces. I've got protection 2 there, and I think I checked the leggings already where they had unbreaking 3. I think I want to go with the boots that I had the protection 2 on them, just so I can get something else in here. Protection 3 on the leggings, that's going to be pretty good. Unbreaking on that helmet, not the greatest. Protection 4 on the chest plate, and thorns 2, not the worst thing in the world, but we could have had better. And then we got some fire protection on the helmet, but I don't think that that's something that I want on there. So let's just check and see what we can get on this axe. That's efficiency 4 unbreaking. And there's some protection 3 on this helmet. So at least protection 3 on everything, and we have protection 1 on our boots. Now, before I try and add my mending books to some of these pieces of armor, I do want to try and get something else beneficial on another tool or something of the sort. So we're going to... I've got a netherite hoe. No, I'm not going to use that, because the netherite hoe is something that's really nice to have. However, I did not... I'm not going to be able to sleep through that with that spider there. There we go. That netherite hoe was something that I needed for the serious dedication advancement, but because this is more of an advancement-specific world, I don't know that there's going to be any real benefit to enchanting things up past that. Now, that being said, we do have a possible need for a sword, and we've got the diamonds to make it. So let's go ahead and put together a sword and then see what enchantments we are able to get on that. I prefer axes where I can get them, or axes where I can use them, but that's not the world's worst sword. Sweeping edge and fire aspect too. So, I don't know, maybe we'll find a use for that somewhere down the road. And I'm going to make a shovel as well, because I should have a shovel in my rotation that's got some good durability on it as well. So let's craft that up and then head back over here and see what we get. Efficiency 5 and unbreaking 3. That's pretty good, all things considered. So now that I'm below my threshold of levels to the point where I can get something maximized, let's go ahead and put these diamonds in this kind of valuables chest. Grab that mending book. And then we need to come over here to the anvil. And I need to see... I can't see what the durability on these are. But I think I want mending for sure on my boots. Running shoes, because I run a lot in this series. We're then going to go with the helmet. keep your distance. I think that that's a pretty good name for that. So now let's come over to this chest that I've been dumping some stuff in. Let's go ahead and put away this water bucket temporarily so I can take off these pieces of armor. We'll then equip the diamond armor and place the used armor over here. I'll probably make an iron or an armor stand at some point, but that's really going to be everything that I needed to do in terms of getting a nice set of gear put together. Now let's go ahead and have a look at some advancements and see which one would be best for us to work on or find our way towards. And I don't know off the top of my head where a meadow is, but if we are able to wander around after crafting a jukebox, we should be able to find where that meadow is, and I'm confident that it's one that I have found in my journeys just because of the way that my adventuring has been filled out up until this point. So let's go ahead and make ourselves a jukebox. Not the best expense for a diamond, but I'm going to be able to recoup that with our profiteer pickaxe. That's the word that I was looking for. So let's head out on the road. We've got a fair amount of food, but I am going to top off a little bit with some more of this cooked chicken as we make our way out in the general direction of where I thought to have remembered a meadow having been. And we will catch up there so we can at least knock out one advancement in today's video. And that's really the goal that I'm aiming for, is to have a minimum of one new advancement per video. So let's see if we can't just make that happen. Well, that's not something that I anticipated to see on this little adventure, but I would be remiss if I let it go uninvestigated. So let's make our way up to this little temple here before we progress on in our search for a meadow. I've picked a direction that I didn't explore very heavily yet, so it might take me a little bit longer than normal to find the biome that I'm on the hunt for, but I feel like I'm in an area, or I've been in areas where it was fairly possible for it to have been. So let's make our way into this building, if we can find the organic entrance to it. That is. It's not over here, is it? Is the entry to this place literally embedded inside the wall? I think it may be. So, I guess in that case we'll make our own entry. Or was it not? Now that we're on the inside, let's see where it would have been. And it actually does look like it may have been embedded into the wall. Yep, okay. So we did have to dig our way in. That's okay, though. Let's put a light up here. And I can't remember what the... apparently that was it. A nice diamond there. And protection 3, so we can upgrade one of those pieces of our armor that was not in super great shape. Let's get rid of some of this deep slate. So let's grab the diamond. Let's grab the bones, just because there's a lot of them. We'll get rid of more of that deep slate. And one more to grab that protection book. Oh, it's up here. Okay. That makes more sense. So if we pull that, that gets rid of this block. And then we've got to do that and then do that to pull it out of the way. That's how you get in there, I suppose, or kinda. I don't know. Nothing great in here, though. We definitely would have been better off finding the other ones. Oh, did I set down my sticky pistons from before? That's all right. We can get rid of another one of these pieces of deep slate there. And just like that, we'll want to make our way back outside of this. Always an interesting thing to discover and kind of work with. And now we're going to sleep the night away on our bed before progressing further in search of that meadow. Ooh, this is actually quite nice. Still haven't found the biome that I am looking for, but right behind these trees, if you caught a quick glimpse of it, we have a Badlands, and that is definitely something that I need to visit. I already have the desert knocked out because of the village that we visited very early on, but here is our foray, if you will, into the Badlands. And so that is one less area that we're going to need to track down later. And I think that means that we're only missing 6 biomes. Now, I don't know if the Badlands have I don't know if the secondary like forest that can be found in a Badlands is a secondary biome or if it's just a portion of it. So that's going to be interesting to try and figure out. But we're going to try and make our way to the top here. And if I needed terracotta for anything, this would be kind of the time to sort through my inventory and try and grab it. But fortunately, I don't. Now, I do want to have a peek in this, I think it's right here. Yes, this mine shaft. Let's see if we find anything. And that is the most disappointing mine shaft I think I've ever stumbled into. So that was kind of wasteful, but here we are. All right. Let's continue. See if we can find our way to what we need. Right now for the moment of truth. Yes, there is a wooded Badlands. That's what I was not certain on, and are really happy that that is the case. That should only be 4 biomes left for me to visit at this point in time. And I know for a fact that one of them is the Mushroom Island. But apart from that, I couldn't tell you what the other biomes I need to visit are. So there's definitely going to need to be some research that takes place with that as well. But quite happy that we were able to find not only a Badlands, but a wooded Badlands as well. No way. Is that what I think it is out there in the distance? It is. The elusive Mushroom Islands. Wow. I did not plan on making an effort to track down some of the biomes that I have been in need of in today's episode. But man, if it didn't pay off that way. Huh. Let's go. Now I've just got to make my way in that general direction. Hopefully no drowns with tridents swim up on me, because that would be less than ideal. But all we need to do is race across this island here. And we'll have only 3 biomes to track down. And there's a Mushroom Fields, which should be everything that we needed from this biome. I don't think that it gets more specific than that. And I could be wrong, but we're definitely going to take a screenshot of this place so I can come back to it if I need. And what a wild find, too, especially with as small as this particular biome was. Like, what were actually the odds of us running into that? Well, one thing that I definitely didn't anticipate, I mean, we've ran into a lot of things that we didn't anticipate today, but one of the things for certain was this azalea tree growing in the middle of the desert. Now that brings me to one very specific question, and that is that yes, there's rooted dirt immediately underneath it. But it's getting fairly late, and believe it or not, I still have not found that meadow. And I wanted to try and have at least one advancement in every single episode. However, sometimes that just isn't the case, and despite that fact, we made a lot of really good progress towards our biome exploration. If we have a look at our advancement tree, you will see that I discovered more than I thought that I was originally going to. We are only missing 2 biomes at this point, and off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you what they are because we found some of the ones that I was a little bit more leery of being able to find, that being the Mushroom Island, or the Mushroom Fields, as well as the Badlands and the Wooded Badlands. So I think that there's a lot of really good progress there. I'm going to leave off today, though. We'll be back next week where we will definitely find that meadow and play some music in it to get that advancement and then make a very, very long trek back home. But thank you so much for your time. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure that you leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe for that daily variety content, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care and have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye-bye.